my lovely lefties and righties and upsies and downsies. Today I'm going to show you this beautiful thing, full flat Persian. How magical is that? So, one ring size, and what I'm using is 6.5 millimeters, 18 SWG. So you want AR of around 5.5. Okay, so what you want to do to start off is do a length of HP 3-in-1 that is the length that you want your eventual bracelet or whatever to be, right? So rather than doing that on cam for you now, I have already done a video on that. So if you check the description, I will put a link to this, and I will also do either left-handed or right-handed, so you can do whatever you want. So once you've got your piece there, then we need to do something else. Let me just find something. Got him. Right. So what we want to do for the next row of rings, we're going to work this all the way along, is we want a ring that captures where those two rings meet, right? So you want to go in through that one there, and then out through that one. So we're going through these two here. And then the next one will be these two, and then these two, and so on until we get to the end. So the first one, I'll show you. Pick him up. Yeah. Go in through the one and out through the other. So you're circling the middle of the two, if you see what I mean. We're going around the two where they join. It's probably a better way of describing that, but I'm sure visually it makes sense. So we've got now that ring there sitting there. And we're going to do the same thing now. So one there, then there, then there, all the way along. Now it will get boring if I film me doing all of them. So I will do a couple for you. And then I will fast forward you on to the next bit. Here we are. So these in there. And again now. So there's one through that one. So the next one is this one. Through and through. There they all are, look. Sitting nicely. Now they will move about. See, so he's now sitting on top of that one, whereas he should. Eventually, we'll want them to line up like that. Look, so that one's on top of that one, that one's on top of that one, and so on. But for now, just put them in. We can always straighten it up later before we move on to the next one. So, just put one in there. Fab. Let's do another one. See, they're all lying in there nice. Oh, bit of a wonky closure there. Don't want that. Right, so I will fast forward this now because you've got that. And I will come back to you when they're all in. See you shortly. Right, so they're all now in. And they're the ones that are lying there, look. Him, I've just put him in last, and he's on top of him. That went in before that one, and he's on top of him. And the reason why I'm showing you that is because that's the way they need to lie. So the most recent ring put in is on top, and then the other ones are underneath. As you pick it up, they will move, okay? So you'll find, there we are, it's all fluffed now. So before you make any move on the next one, you have to make sure that you slide them back under. You can do that as you go. So that's absolutely fine. There we are, back to where we were. Right, so the next row of rings, we're going to work the other way. So we've just come this way. Now we're going to go back that way. We're making sure that these are stepped correctly. So the lastest one we put in is the highest one, and they all kind of slip underneath each other like so, but we can fix that as we go because they will move. The first ring of the next row is a bit complicated, but then they become easier to put in, right? So the first ring, what it's going to do, if I just move that one out the way, okay, you can see the eye there that is created between that one and that one. This on the original HP 3-in-1 chain that we started with. Okay, the first ring we put in now is going to actually want to go in through that one and then out through that ring, so it's kind of going around that eye. But then we also want it to come through the eye of the rings we've just did on this row. Okay, so we want to go in through that one there, back out through that one there, yeah, and then up through this one, and then also up through this one so that it comes through that eye there. Okay, little bit confusing. Once you got that one in, it becomes easier. Now I normally put it in on the side and want to turn it to the side. I want to work along that edge there. So I'm going to grab him and turn him like that. Okay. And what I will get is like these V shapes. That's when I know that these rings, on the last ones that I put in, are lying one on top, that one on top of that one, and so on. If, for example, he was to flick out, let me just do it to show you. Let's say he's been a naughty boy and he's moved. You can see that that's no longer in the V shape, right? So it's just a little way that we can make sure do the V shape, like so. So, is that my doorbell? Hang on, sorry about that, Amazon. I do like Amazon. Right, so we want to go, because obviously this row here now is the one that was underneath, isn't it? Because I'm holding it that way. So we want to go in through that one there and out through that one. So we go around the eye that's created by them too. Then we also want to come up through that one and the one that's on top of it, right? So without further ado, so we can put it down through that one and up through that one. So he's through those two. Then we want to put him up through there, but then also make sure you come through that one as well, the eye, yeah, and close him up. That's the worst one, because from then on, because of the placement of that one, you can work out the next placement nice and easy. So there we are, he's in. And just check. Yeah, he's in. So open up another ring. I should have opened some up really, ready in advance. Wait a second. So if we now take a closer look at that ring we've just put in, which is this one here, you can see what he's doing. He's going down through the eye that's created by the last two rings on the row we just put in. But then he's also circling the eye of those two rings underneath. See what he's doing? He's going through there and then round and back up. So we want to do exactly the same thing now as we go, right? But I do it in an easier, a way that I can see it. I turn it on the side. There's the one that we just put in. And you can see what he's essentially doing is he's going in through the one V and he's coming back through the other V. That makes it easier to see, to look at. But the only difference is, so say we were going to go to do the next one. Yeah, make sure we're going to have V formation. And he's going in that V and out that V. So we're going to move up one V. So we're going to go in through that V and we're going to come out back through that V. However, we're making sure that, because we want to go through that eye. Remember, we're going through that eye that's created by the last two we put in. So when we do our V, we go in through that V, but we also come through that ring there. So we're going through the eye and then we go back through the other V. Once you've established it, it'll make sense. Okay, so line it up so we've got our V's. That one we're already in is going through that V. So we want to go through that V. But we also want to make sure we go through that ring there. And then bring him back down the previous V. I know, but it is an easier way to do it, I promise you. Hang on, I've got to stop that noise because it's stopping me from being able to film. Sorry about that. Sabotaged by a fly. Right, so now you can see the two that we've put in so far on this row are there. So essentially what that one's doing is going round into the eye created by those two, and then back out and around the middle. I say the middle, the eye that's created by those two there. So looking at the V's, we're going down through the one V, back up to the other V, but making sure we're going through that eye. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just do a few from the side, so hopefully the pattern will sink in for you. And then once you've got it, you'll fly through. You can whip one of these bracelets up really, really quickly. You just need your brain to get that rhythm sorted, and then you'll be fine. So, turn it on his side again. That's the ring that we just put in, and he is going through that V there. So we want to go to the next V, which is that one there, but also go back and pick that one up, remember? Then bring him round that V there. Through that V there, I should have said. I'll do it a couple of times anyway, and then it'll suddenly hopefully click in for you. So the last one we put in goes through that V there. So we want to go through that V there. But we also want to go down and pick him, put him through there, so we're going through the eye. And then turn him. So he goes through that V there. So you can see him. He's actually going down through that V. Also coming through that V. But picking up, making sure he's going through that eye there. So he's going through there. So we want to go, oh, now here's the test. Look, see, he's not in V formation. Let's just pick him up and tuck him in. So we got our V formation again. Okay, so that one we just put in is going through there. So we go through there, but make sure we twist and put him down through that one. Yeah. Then bring him down through that one and that one. Okay, I'm really hoping this is making sense. And you will see the pattern you're receiving is beautiful. So let's carry on and do a few more. Here now we can see that that's moved because he's not sitting under correctly. So sat him under correctly, so now we got our V's. So one we put in goes through there. So we put this one through there. Then make sure we also pick him up. Yeah. And then we're putting it down through those two there. Right, is that a bit clearer? That might be a bit clearer. Just thought I'd change my position of my camera, see if I can get it a bit clearer for you. So that's the one that we've just done. You can see him there. And he goes through those two. So move up and go through those two, but also come back down through that one. Then turn him and come back down that V there. Lovely jubbly. And I don't know if I'm repeating myself, whether I've said, once you get into this and you've done it a few times, it works up so quickly. It really is pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So find where we were. We were there. We want to make sure these are still overlapping correctly, and that one is not, look. So there's the one we just added, you going through there. So move up one to go through there, but then also go back through that one. Turn him, and you'll know which V you're coming back through because it's the only V it'll fit through. See, it just fits naturally through there. So if you find that you're trying to go through a V and it's awkward, it's the wrong V. So, once more with feeling. That one goes through that one already, so we go through there. But also through there, so that's now through that eye. And then twist him, and he's going to go through there. And you know that's the right V, because it's nice and easy to go. And that's it. Just keep going all the way along until you've sewn him up. And you have a beautiful bracelet, full flat Persian. Absolutely beautiful. Ta-da!